Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is a Geschützwagen Tiger Porsche, the GW Tiger P, which is the German Tier 8 SPG, and we're located on the southwest spawn of Arctic region, otherwise known as Mannheim Line, and it's under the command of Oskarbjorn. Now this is the version of the GW Tiger that was going to be made using the Porsche chassis. Dr. Ferdinand Porsche was going to get around to building an SPG, he just never got it built. Most of the Porsche chassis for the Porsche Tiger were actually used for Ferdinands, so this one was never built. In fact, Ferdinands are actually known as elephants. And there's one of those in the museum at Bovington at the moment, and it's still on loan from the US museums. Okay, Strip 103B, the Tier 10 version. Oh, well, it was close. It was close. Now this is a tier 10 battle, so he's tier 8 in a tier 10 battle. That means he's going to earn a lot more XP for every shot. He's actually in platoon with two other players in this game. One of them is Baker Boy, or UN Baker Boy it says there, and the other one is Ramacus. Okay, now looking to the north, there's a Progetto 46 behind that bush. Reload time is about 37 seconds, I believe, and he's actually using the 21cm gun. Now that's the top gun for the GW Tiger Porsche, and it actually can do 1100 alpha damage, so it's a huge amount of damage, and he's only using standard ammo. Fires a round into the strip, direct hit, 536 hit points, 3 critical hits, and that strip is killed immediately afterwards, which means he's picked up all the stun assists. So it's a big earner, that one. The Strip 1030 was a tier 9 tank destroyer. So tier 8 SPG kills tier 9, earns more XP. Okay, we've got a batch artillery on 12 ton there. And he's spotting for the enemy team. He's gone into that little rock, but we can still splash him actually, and we're almost loaded. If he stays where he is and we fire a shell in there, I think he's going to have a bit of a headache. Fires around it, oh, a bit too late, but the splash was actually enough. Would you believe it? He killed that batchat even though he'd actually moved quite a distance away from the impact point. So we get our first kill on the game. Looking to the south to Heavy Alley. Bring up the mini-map a little more. We've got a Wizzy 1321. Not loaded yet, but we will be very, very shortly. Now, that Wizzy 1321 is a tier 10 light tank. Round out. This looks good. It's very good. 293 hit points and the second kill of the game. Excellent shot. Beautifully timed as well. He knew exactly where that 152 was going, and he put the shell in there, just the right place to do the maximum damage. Now there's still two other tier 10s in the game. One's a Super Conqueror and one's a Strip 103B on the enemy team, and he's already fired that 103B. But there's the targets worth hitting. It's the M40, M43 on the enemy team, their enemy Arty, and I think he's just gone behind that bush. If we fire a round in right now, I think it's going to do some damage. Oh, and a tree went down in the corner. So I think we know where one of the enemy tanks is, because when you knock a tree down like that, it's really so you can conceal yourself. And another tree goes down, top left corner. You can see them going down. So somebody is trying to camouflage themselves. And there's the M40. We fire the round in and yes, get him. Splash. Beautifully done. 3 kills now. And there's the second enemy RT. There's 3 in the game. One of them's an FP3805, that's the British Tier 9, and that was an M5355, the Tier 9 American. Okay, so he knows where it is. He's aimed at that point. Now, if he's aiming at this moment, which is more than likely, he'll still be there, dialing in on his target, but he won't realise that he's been targeted. We're just perfecting the aim and getting ready. And he's not there, but the Progetto... Oh, he is there. Progetto moves in nearby. Unfortunately, we don't get the kill. We must have badly damaged that M53. That TVP is almost on its last legs. Now there's still 6 enemies out there, and he's relocating to find a new firing position so he can get a better angle. Now, aiming in the corner. I think other people are indicating the corner. In fact, it's the Centurion 5-1. As you remember, I did say that there's somebody in there because all those trees were knocked down by someone, and I think we're about to find out who's in there. Round goes in and lands, but we don't get any hit points. Or at least none are recorded. We probably did splash someone. There's that Progetto again. Now, if I remember correctly, he was right next door to the M53-55. So he's probably guarding him at this moment. Okay, there's the M53, and he's full health actually, so we didn't hit him the last time, but this time we did hit him, and he's been left on 2 hit points. Oh, well done, Wargaming. 2 hit points, I suppose, keeps him in the game for a little while longer. Yeah, you'll need to change that algorithm, you really do. Leaving a tank on 1 or 2 hit points is not realistic. It's not, really. We all know you're doing it deliberately to try and keep these guys in the game. We're almost loaded. The M53-55 will not survive the next shot. Round out straight away, and bye-bye M55. He's gone. That means there's only 4 enemy tanks left. The Super Conqueror, that Progetto, and of course that Striv 103B, and the enemy FP3805. Now, who is in this corner? Another round goes into the corner. Somebody's in there. We're almost loaded. There's the FP3805. He's been spotted. We're firing around him where the Striv should be. And no joy. Nothing. He's probably moved. The FP38... Oh, no, he didn't move. He's still there. And he's lost 1,000 hit points. So he was getting hit. So it's more than likely we did stun him. So 2 enemies left. The Progetto and the Striv. We're almost loaded. Not quite. Round out. Here we go. Yes! Got him that time. That's another tier 10 down. There's only a tier 8 left. It's the Progetto. And when we last saw him, he was in those in the grid square D0. But he's moved since. And although we got a 212 nearby, he's probably the next one who's going to spot him. So we need to load as quickly as we can, because more than likely he's headed this way to try and kill as many Artys as he can before the end of the game. Or is he? No, actually he just killed the FB405. So he must be somewhere north of that pass. 212's going around to investigate. We haven't got a shot on him from this angle. And of course the GW Tiger P is not exactly the fastest Arty in the game. In fact, actually snails can sprint faster than the GW Tiger P. Well, it's an exaggeration, but anyway. And the 212 shotguns the Progetto, who's looking the other way. I don't think he expected an Arty to come up behind him and give him an enema, but he did in that case. So let's have a look at the end of battle stats. And it's an ace tanker for oskarbjorn in the Geschützwagen Tiger Porsche. He also picked up a bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits and a fighter badge for getting at least 4 kills. In fact, actually he got 5. He was 1 short of getting a Top Gun, and if he managed to get that Progetto, it would have been a Top Gun, but it's just that he was hiding in a position that we couldn't get to within the time period. But a pretty good game all the same. So let's have a look at the team score. Well, we can see that he didn't get the highest amount of damage, actually. That went to the Striv 103B, the one we killed at the end. He was actually doing a huge amount of damage to the tanks that were attacking the enemy cap area. He did 7,072 hit points of damage overall. The next highest scorer was the mouse on our team, 3,303. And then came the 212 with 3,194. In 4th place, oskarbjorn managed to get 2,932 hit points there. When it came to kills, though, he was the top scorer. He managed to get 5. The next highest scorer is Striv, got 4. And then we've got the Super Conqueror, who managed to get 3. And when it came to base XP, of course, he was right at the top of the table because he was a tier 8 Arty firing on tier 10 tanks. So he was earning a lot more XP than anyone else. Plus, of course, he did earn some stun assists. 1,194 base XP. Next high score was the 212 with 911. And then came the T10 with 875. So let's have a look at detail. Well, he fired 11 shots during that game. He got 1 direct hit, 1 penetration and 10 splash. Damage of 2,932 hit points, all at more than 300 meters. He hit and damaged 8 of the enemy and killed 5 of them, and did stun assistance of 875 hit points off 6 stuns. On a premium account, he earned 49,299 credits, and after ammunition resupply, and the ammo is still fairly expensive at this level because it's the 21cm gun. He actually ended up with 26,419 credits. He earned 1,791 XP, times 2 for the first victory of the day, got 179 XP for playing in a platoon from the start of the battle, and took home 3,761 experience points altogether. So, yeah, he says a solid Arty game. Well, it was a solid Arty game, a very good Arty game, and he put some lovely shots in there. It's a pity that he didn't get that M53-55 with his first shot. I suspect that when the Progetto moved over into that area, the M55 decided to vacate that spot. And that's why he didn't get them the first time around. But he certainly did hugely damage him the second time, and on the third time made it personal by taking him out the game. But some lovely shots in there. Yes, so if you like this replay, please give it a like and do subscribe to our channel, and hopefully it'll be your replay that I'll be featuring in the next video.